Hi everyone, I'm Mary Loisse Grimaldo and I'm here to present to you two online courses which I think can help the School of Science and Engineering in the future. The first course would be the Introduction to Forensic Science offered by the Nanyang University taught by Associate Professor Roderick Bates. This course aims to explain the scientific principles and techniques behind the work of forensic. Some questions which this course attempted to address include: how did forensics come about? What is the role of forensics in police work? Can these methods be used in non-criminal areas? Blood. What is it? How can traces of blood be found and used in evidence? Is DNA chemistry really so powerful? What happens biologically and chemically if someone tries to poison me? What happens if I try to poison myself? How can we tell how long someone has been dead? What if they have been dead for a really long time? Can a little piece of a carpet fluff or a single hair convict someone? In order to answer these questions, shown here is the syllabus. The second online course, which I think is helpful, is the Science and Cooking from Haute Cuisine to Soft Matter Science, offered by the Harvard University. So, this course was originally developed as a way to teach science to non science majors at Harvard. Harvard has this idea that every student, whether they see themselves as scientists or not, must study some science as part of their education. And so the idea with creating courses like this is that they're supposed to connect what students learn in a classroom at Harvard with what happens in real life beyond Harvard, and what could be more common in real life than cooking. As a way to do this, they're going to use food as a way to explain the underlying scientific principles that are all around us when we interact with food, or we eat, or we go to a restaurant, and so on. This course will discuss concepts from the physical sciences that underpin both everyday cooking and haute cuisine. At the end of the course, students are expected to be able to explain how a range of cooking techniques and recipes work in terms of the physical and chemical transformations of food. Because in the end, science and cooking are subjects that are very related to each other. They're both fundamentally experimental subjects in which one experiments to try to understand when things work and when they don't work. These two online courses can make science more interesting and more relatable to non science majors since these are applications in our everyday lives. In the introduction to forensic science, we can sort of be like detectives in our own home when our pet died, for example, and investigate the cause of death. In science and cooking, especially now that we have a partnership with Le Cordon Bleu, we can also be investigators and explain why are we adding this ingredient to this recipe, something like that. We get to use our knowledge of science in our everyday lives without us knowing it. And that's what a good course should be.